Well, I couldn't really think of an intro bit to this. I was gonna go with like, if they made a 16-bit version of your life, would you want to be Super Will Greenwald or Will Greenwald X? But then I couldn't think of a third sort of Super Nintendo naming convention. Or I was gonna do maybe like a Jason X joke with Jason X as
Will Greenwald 4.
I was maybe thinking like a Jason X joke with like that as related to Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I can tell you've been workshopping it and just completely failing.
Yeah, but so all that to say, they're playing Mega Man X Legacy Collection here. It's Friday. Geek.com Facebook page, Twitch page. Yeah, we're playing this hot new Capcom Classic Collection banger.
It is. It's what it looks like. This is Mega Man X Collection, and it's 1 through 4, and X Collection Volume 2 is 5 through 8.
That's all of them.
The first one is undeniable. It's not all of them. It doesn't Command Mission, the JRPG.
It's all the canonical ones.
Let's not talk about Mega Man canon, because we can go into some crazy shit.
Okay. Where does Mega Man Soccer fit in?
That's a good question, but a better question is, do you know which game breaks off the timeline and goes into Mega Man 0? Because after, I think, Mega Man 5, it's basically 0 goes to sleep for 100 years, Mega Man 0 happens, but wait, we're making more X games.
Right, so then it was like ZX and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
right?
that's way in the future.
Okay.
When they just become metal with soul in it that humans merge with, and...
Are you saying that Mega Man is the original Nier Automata?
Holy crap.
If you have questions about Mega Man or timelines or just comments, leave them and we'll get to them.
Actually, the story in like the whole X series is really kind of like Detroit Become Human, but better.
Oh, okay.
Because the whole thing is, hey, Mega Man, there were robots, and robots were repurposed and made into evil weapons. But then 100 years later, this doctor took Mega Man X, the first robot with free will, and said,
Jesse Williams of Mega Man.
Sure.
Okay.
And made a whole line of Reploids, which are these robots with free will. And then some of them went Maverick, but then we get to Mega Man X4, and it's like this whole force, this army of robots going, we're not Maverick, why are you attacking us? And then it becomes this whole question of, we built you, do we own you? And they're like, nah.
So Will, are these games a treatise on cyber racism, or are they about just shooting and jumping on things?
I would say they are just shooting and jumping on things, but they're also a better treatise on cyber racism than Detroit Become Human.
Cool, can we see some of that?
What?
Some of that shooting and jumping I was talking about?
Yeah, let's do that. But there's, we can look at the museum in a bit. How about we start with Mega Man X3, one of the most expensive Super Nintendo cartridges you can find.
Nice, keep them on their toes. So yeah, Mega Man, the original Mega Man were very classic NES series. And so when it went to SNES, there was Mega Man 7 on the SNES, but really the Mega Man on SNES was
and Mega Man and Bass, or Rockman and Forte.
Yeah, but really like this
and
was
Mega
like,
Man Soccer.
This was like the next generation of Mega Man.
Yes. Literally, it's like 100 years in the future, 21 XDX instead of 20 XDX.
Yeah. So what's going on in 3 here?
The dude on the right who looks like an angry Rick is Dr. Doppler, and he supposedly created a...
Does he have an effect?
Sure. So he made Doppeltown, which is this paradise where humans and robots can live together.
That sounds adorable.
It does. Because he solved the Sigma virus, which is the cyber ghost of Sigma, the bad guy from Mega Man X1 and the whole series. But spoiler, he's infected by Sigma. The thing doesn't work, so now all of Doppeltown is infected by Sigma.
And Mega Man X, who's the hero in this, has to put a stop to it.
Yep. This is X. It is not Mega Man 10, which is established after Capcom put out Mega Man 10.
Some people were hoping that was going to be like some sort of crossover,
right?
Or some sort of like bridge to the next one.
Not to be confused with Mega Man Crossover, which is the mobile game.
God damn it. Oh my god.
Yeah. There are wheels within wheels happening here.
Oh my god, let's just stop streaming.
This is the last Super Nintendo Mega Man X game, and you can find the cartridge for it for like $300.
That's a lot. Or you can just buy this collection for like 20.
Yeah. Or you can buy the physical version, which is both collections, for 40. And it's as usual, it's that weird thing of the first collection is on the card, but then there's a code to download the second one. There's the case for
Switch.
Yes, on Switch.
Okay,
of course,
it's also on PS4, Xbox, and PC.
Yep. And I think in that case, like, do you know if those boxes come with discs, or can you buy them, or are they just cards, or
I
what?
don't know. I don't actually know.
But yeah, this looks a lot similar to pretty much everything. But how about we change the filter? This is type 1. You scan line to hell.
Let's get a good old boy.
And good old boy. Also, you can change wallpaper. So you have that from X4, X2, X1. But that's the goofiest Sigma.
I love it.
Or the X child.
It's like Dragon. It feels like Dragon Ball.
A little bit.
Not Z.
Yeah. And this is Mac, who, surprise, everyone you know who isn't Zero turns out to be a maverick. Like, every single Mega Man X game is like, hey, you're this dude I worked with. What happened? I am with the bad guy now.
So it's just
I'm a mini-boss
So
fight.
it's just a game about fighting all sorts of variants on John McCain. Is what
Yes.
you're telling me. Okay. It's all about going rogue.
And this is the mechanic introduced in Mega Man X3. You can play as Zero. And it's actually in a really weird situation in this game where... Well, first let me show you what he can do. Charge him up green, buster shot, sword super powerful.
Nice.
But the thing here is you can only play as Zero temporarily. You can't use him to fight bosses. You can only use him in the middle of stages. And if he dies once, he's out of the game.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Does Mega Man and Zero wear Jenkos? It seems like they're very heavy at the bottom of the pant.
No, but like all Mega Man characters, they do wear giant Ugg boots.
So that's still a thing in the year 20XEX.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So Mega Man on NES was very kind of like they were still, I think, sort of figuring out what it meant to be like an action shooter platformer. So there's a
Yeah.
sort of like stiffness to it that
There
I think
is.
is good. But like I think the biggest innovation, besides just looking way better, is that there's just this fluidity of the movement and combat in X.
There
that
is.
It's just awesome.
But like the most important thing in the whole edition, the whole edition to the series, the wall climb.
Yeah,
Which
that's what I
totally
mean.
changes.
Yeah, that's great.
Because in
It's better than Super Metroid's wall jumping.
Yes. And in the original Mega Man games, like all of them, you didn't have the wall climb, you couldn't hang from ledges, so you needed to fully make each jump, which
Yeah.
is what the levels were built around, and it was sort of a pain, honestly. I wasn't great at it, but
Yeah, it just feels so much more just flowing and free.
Yeah.
To the point where though I feel like I'm not committing as much to learning the levels because I
Yes.
feel like I can just if I just kind of dash all through this and then I die a lot.
and
But
unless
it
the
just
level
feels
des-
better.
Unless the level design feel a lot more organic, sort
Yeah.
of like when Mario 3 and then Yoshi's Island had like a lot of slopes instead of just tile-based.
Totally.
Where, regular Mega Man doesn't do that a whole lot. But now let's fight this big background robot dude that just destroyed a city in the way that every city is destroyed in every anime and video game.
So also
The skies are red, you see people are dying.
So having these intro stages too is another thing that this does over.
Yes.
That kind of teach you how to play the game.
Although I believe Mega Man 7 did have that.
Got it. But
'Cause-
when people think of Mega Man, they think of the 8-bit ones,
Oh yeah.
and as they should. Except for 11, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah. Our previews are on both PC Mag and Geek.com. Tony and I both checked them out, and I'm looking forward to them. They look good. They look like what Mighty Number 9 should have been. Seems like Capcom learned from other people's mistakes. I love that throughout half of this X series, that explosion effect has just been consistent. Just
If it
that
works.
same sprite animation.
If it works, have you seen that GIF going around of people comparing Ryu sprites to Morgan sprites? And
No.
It's just like, oh, Ryu had a different sprite in 2 and 3 and all these, and then Morgan it's the same sprite for 18
Oh, yeah.
different games.
Yeah, which is great. I kind of like that. Now, thing you see here, you get the password, and you can also just save it because who wants to write it down?
Right.
But unlike the Mega Man collection, you can't save anywhere.
Right, and to access your save, you have to go into that password screen, which
Yep.
threw me off. I thought it erased my save.
It doesn't erase your save, but it does mean you need to get gooder.
It feels like they didn't. It feels like a common issue I find in this collection versus the Mega Man Legacy collection. I feel like they didn't go as into the original games as much.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Because for at least the first Mega Man collection, 1 through 6, when it was NES, they had the whole new engine built to just emulate those games.
And you could just rewind whenever, and, there were
that was
checkpoints.
basically letting anyone do a tool-assisted speedrun.
Totally, yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, and
but-
granted, these are more complex games,
Yeah.
but
And also, I do feel that they made the first 6 Mega Man games way easier to the point of being just outright cheating, and just having the option there is kind of... Okay, I thought there might have been a secret there.
secret is that you died.
Yeah.
Secret's out.
Where's I going with that?
Yeah, about the difficulty.
It just
but-
makes it
yeah.
too easier. The temptation is there, so you can decide to not do it, but because it's there, just on a shoulder button, why wouldn't you?
Let me tell you, it's real good to give you temptation.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Now, on these collections, though, there is this rookie hunter mode that does.
Oh yeah, let's check that
Make
out. You
things
saw how much
easier.
mad damage I got, but now?
So that's the main change, that reduces
Taking-
damage taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it might actually make spikes non-lethal, they might just hurt you, I forget. But let's see.
Question.
You can
do
tell
you
it's the
think-
next game.
What do you think the mission behind these retro collections are? Is it just the
money.
publishers cashing in, or are they trying to actually preserve history?
I mean, it could be. I think it could be a little both. I mean,
I mean, the mission is making money. I mean, they wouldn't get published by Capcom if Capcom didn't think they could make some bank on it.
but they do go ahead and like add like, things like these museum features and all that. And,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, it is very welcome to see this much stuff. And Capcom is one of the better companies with these collections. You saw it in the Disney Afternoon collection, too, of just having, here's a lot of other material related to what you like.
Yeah, I mean, we're just before this. There's that. There's these Mega Man X and Mega Man Legacy collections.
we check out another game.
And Street Fighter 30th anniversary
Yeah.
collection. Similar.
Like, it's cool, because let's look at the museum now.
Yeah.
Galleries, we got concept art, and from all the games, including just like Legacy Collection box art, sure. There's a lot
See some of those
stuff here.
Mavericks.
Double.
Wow, look at that boy.
Yeah. Spoiler, he becomes a bad guy.
Oh no, he's such a pure boy.
Also, look at General.
That's a really good design.
Also, his name is General, and you fight him in a giant throne.
Nice. We were saying like because all the bosses as opposed to Mega Man, where it's just like blank man or sheep man, whatever. It's all like adjective animal.
Yeah.
So that leads to some really good combinations. Like who's that?
Slash Beast.
Nice.
And pencil drawings, early design, like sketches, a lot of stuff here. And there's also character profiles, so if you want to know.
Blast Hornet.
Yeah. It's got a big ass.
Okay. Toxic.
Am I wrong?
Toxic Seahorse.
Oh, you can totally see when they just run out of concepts. Crush Crawfish.
That's a really good name.
Volt Catfish. Don't have more than one fish in your X game. Oh, this is the old human dude who, like, basically ripped off Dr. Light's works and made Reploids.
So he's the Dr. Wily of this whole series.
No, he's the Dr. Light of the whole series.
Oh, so who's the evil one then?
Sigma.
Okay. Then why is his name Kane? Kane's the bad one.
Because
Did they read a little book called The Bible?
it's a Japanese game, so no, they just took names from it.
Okay, that's fair.
Are you familiar with a little thing called Neo Genesis Evangelion?
Yeah, or I was gonna say
Come at me, nerds.
ActRaiser.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Magma Dragoon. Split Mushroom.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to learn the difference between Dragoon and Dragon. At this point, I've just so gone far as to not caring about what that extra O means. But one of these days.
Cyber Peacock. There's fun stuff here. But actually, that's just the concept art. There's, of course, music play. You can listen to all the great hits. Like, once it loads. No. Yeah. Best music in the whole series.
Oh yeah, I said no. It was from this.
Yeah, Storm Eagle stage. Goes with everything. It's like Guile's theme.
Super Nintendo sounds are so good.
Oh, yeah. Way better than Sega.
Yes, yes.
Product gallery. So if you want to know what stuff you could have bought, but can't now unless you get it on eBay, like look at this 20-plus-year-old Mega Man model kit. Like
These like all like new pictures they took of this stuff.
it might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Out of production as of 2018. Like they'll even tell you can't get this.
Yeah. So obviously their goal here is to make money. They're charging for
yeah.
it. But like they didn't have to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it's cool that they do.
Like D-Arts. This is one of the rarest Mega Man action figures out there.
Yeah. And like two of the games in these collections are PS2 games. So like
Yeah.
they're not like just these these like sprites that are like kilobytes.
Nope.
I mean if that's right.
Look at this cute Nendoroid, which you can get now. The first for the HMO collectibles, like that statue with him looking super pissed.
That's
But it's like capsule toys, all the other collectible stuff. Like, hey, do you know that there was a pencil kit? You could have gotten pencils from Mega Man X3 if you were around in Japan in 1996.
darn. Let's maybe see another game.
Hold on, I want to look at T-shirts. Okay. Well, why don't we look at the?
Yeah, because as we'll get to later, this is definitely out of these two collections the stronger of the two, just in terms of the game quality.
Yes.
What is this?
This is the PS1 era Capcom boot up screen.
Discs are back.
It should have had like the disc like buzzing sound to go with it. Like they should put that in Dreamcast classic games.
That's some real mid-90s looking anime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear the voice acting. Some real mid-90s voice acting.
Yeah, so they started adding like cutscenes to this, and they really
yeah.
started caring about their story.
So if we can load this, let's start a new game, because I've actually almost at the end of this one. You can play as just straight up X or Zero from the beginning. Zero is, this is the first time that Zero is fun to play. Instead of that really limited X, like 3 version, this is just play the whole game as him. He gets special moves when he beats
Is this
enemies.
Ghost in the Shell?
A little bit. Because Zero is actually, like X, from a generation before. And this is basically saying Dr. Wily made him.
This is like the scene in Beast Wars when they like stumble across like Megatron, like the original Megatron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By scene, do you mean the entire second and third seasons where they just move into the Ark while the other Transformers are sleeping?
Yeah, yeah. But when they have like the holograms of like the G1 forms. and
Or
all
when the
that.
ghost of Starscream starts infecting people?
Yeah. Oh wow, that boy's having a good time.
Great voice acting. Just look at all this.
This is just a great example too of just a PS1 generation game that wasn't afraid just we're just gonna have better sprites.
Yeah.
Let's do better sprites and it'll be great.
We might have some 3D stuff in the background, but it's sprites. What do you want?
Yeah, it's like this and like Street Fighter 3 of like these
Yeah.
Capcom games that are like what did like 32-bit, I don't know what Street Fighter 3 ran on, but like what are like
But sprites are still good.
yeah, past SNES generation.
Like, look at this big sprite.
Yeah, look at him.
Now I shall go to the, rescue in Sky Lagoon. Like, yeah, just sprite-ass game. Like, sprites are still good in 2018. They were good in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Just look at Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. That's still a collection. I keep hearing rumors that we're getting this year too.
We were expecting to hear about it in around E3, but
Yeah.
Konami didn't say anything. I gotta say, if they do a collection of all the Metroidvania games, I would be all about it.
All Metroidvania games? Or
Yeah.
just all Castlevania games?
Castlevania Metroidvania games.
They should just make a game called Metroidvania. They should do a Castlevania Metroid crossover that's just called Metroidvania.
Yeah.
It's about Samus in Dracula's castle.
That'd be awesome!
It turns out she's like a Belmont in the future. She's already got a whip type move. What are Metroids if not space Draculas? Sucking your life.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
They're space Draculas.
What if Dracula if not just a giant Metroid man?
What if Dracula just morphed into Ridley? Like, that's his power.
Yeah.
Like Bat, Mist, Wolf, Ridley.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just get Mercury's team to do it.
Yeah. So this is Magma Dragoon.
It wouldn't be any dumber than Mario plus Rabbids.
I'm trying to think if anything would be. So yeah, Magma Dragoon actually destroyed this flying city that is killing a lot of people in the background because besides Dr. Kane, you don't actually meet any human beings in the whole series.
Nice question.
What is Konami really doing now besides like Survive and PES?
I mean,
Bomberman?
that Bomberman. They're kind of like actually supporting that in a good way. They announced they're doing a remake of Track and Field for the Switch called Hyper Sports R.
Yeah, that was like one of those things no one asked for.
Yeah.
And also, where's Castlevania?
But most importantly, they're letting Nintendo use Snake in Smash Brothers.
Yes, that is most important.
Question.
Even if they nerfed his ass.
Yeah.
In a Mega Man movie, who would play him besides Kevin James?
There was that Mega Man fan film from about 8 years ago that I watched that I own. And it did the thing, it had the interesting choice of all the robot characters were Asian. But all the humans were white.
What?
Yeah.
But some kind of reverse Cloud Atlas?
A little bit. But I don't know. I mean, Mega Man's like a little boy. He's
Yeah.
he's Astro Boy.
He could be Michael Cera.
Yeah. Michael Cera is Mega Man. It's all lowercase font.
He was Scott Pilgrim. Is fine.
No, get out of the kid from Room or young Sheldon. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh, and X is just.
That kid's a good actor.
And X is just Sheldon.
Yeah.
We've cracked the code.
No, that kid from Young Sheldon's actually really good because he was in some indie thing right. He's like look at this kid. He's like 7. He's already figured out doing the one for me, one for them thing.
Good on him. I can't really fault any individual involved outside of the writer or director of anything involved with The Big Bang Theory. But if you're acting in it, it's fine.
Yeah. Get money.
You got to get paid.
Yeah. Shout out to famous PC Mag video guest Blossom.
Man, Bialik.
Yeah, that's her name.
This is Colonel, who works for General. And he has a sister. I have a question. How does a robot have a sister?
Family is what you make of it. It's a chosen family.
Sure, that seems like something that could be explored way more.
Yeah, I think there was a Marvel movie about that.
Exactly, yeah. In the end, it's about family and learning to work together as a team.
But I'm skipping through this text a whole lot, but it's basically like, this is one of the dudes in the Repla Force, that robot army, and everyone's going like, dude, did you do this? No, we didn't. Can you like surrender your weapons so we can make sure you didn't do it? And it's like, no, you're gonna kick our ass. But we'll think you're mavericks if you don't do that.
They just gonna always have the problem when I see Repla as a prefix. I'm always gonna think of reptiles. I'm never gonna think of replicate.
Okay, that works.
I'm always gonna think of snakes and lizards and shit when I see those letters.
But we got another cutscene.
I love this widescreen inside full screen inside widescreen.
It's real weird.
It's real good.
Because the game was for 4x3.
Yeah.
And General is talking to all of his people with that great mid-90s voice acting.
So this is all new. This was all new in this game.
Yeah.
This production value.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was the first PlayStation one.
Right,
You
right.
couldn't put movies on the SNES. Look at all these robots that... Who manufactured them? Why? How did... Like, there are so many...
Yorha.
That's a good answer.
Is that right?
Sure.
I know that's a near word.
You're automata, but yes.
Okay.
It's as good an answer as any, you know? They're machine life, or they're androids, or they're robots. Whatever they are, they're just weird people that explode when you stab them.
Remember, you ever see they were going to do, the people that split away from Retro, who worked on Metroid Prime, they were going to do like a Metroid Prime for Mega Man. You ever see that? Some footage leaked out of that. It was really kind of bad looking.
That would have been cool.
It was kind of bad looking, but yeah, like...
Yeah.
Huh. Question.
Someone's asking, when are the cutscenes in Japanese? Are any of them?
So you can change
You
between
can change
them.
the setting, I believe, in individual games. So let's find out. I believe you can, once it loads, press this, and...
Oh, I thought you could change from the menu, though. I remember seeing the menu just it changing from Mega Man to Rock Man.
You're right, I just...
Why?
Why, yes. Yep. Rockman.
Yeah.
Oh, you can change them individually, too, which not like makes a difference.
See,
You
I'm
can't
all
play
about
more than
Mega
one game
Man
at once.
X2, but Rock Man X3. That's the only way to do it.
The Rockman logo looks cool because it's just like one word and it's like sharper. Looks like it's going faster because it's at a better angle. This is the X Challenge, which is the first like it's the unique gameplay addition, like the challenge mode in the Mega Man Legacy Collection.
Yeah. So how does this work?
What works is you get pitted against 2 Mavericks at a time. So starting off with Frost Walrus and Chill Penguin. So I should get Fire Wave, Rising Fire, and how about Spin Wheel?
So you know what weapons we get against them is what you're doing.
Generally, yeah.
Okay.
You get sort of... This is actually the first time I've really touched it, but it's an interesting mode.
But you have familiarity with these bosses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Walrus is from 4, you can probably tell just because of the
Yeah. Look
quality
at
of
the
the
sprite. Like sprite quality. Okay. Oh, so there's gonna double team you here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Same
I was
time.
saying off screen, it reminds me of that mode in that Street Fighter Switch they did where you can do 2-on-1, but
Yep.
the opposite.
So, let me just...
Alright, so that's kind of a neat way to reuse existing material, but kind of make a new thing here.
I'm also not very good right now.
I was gonna say, like, it also seems like kind of a mess because these bosses were not intended to be fought like this.
Oh, yeah.
Like their patterns could just overlap in ways that you just be just like boned, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I like the chaos of this. Like, there's enough weirdo Mega Man characters. You could just make your own, like, they could just make a Smash Brothers competitor that's just nothing but Mega Man characters.
That'd be
And
rad,
they had,
actually.
like, more than enough characters to do it.
Like, have you heard of Mega Man The Power Fighters and Mega Man Tower Battles?
I've heard of Mega Man Soccer.
Yeah, those are the arcade fighting games where you can play as Mega Man and some of the robot masters.
Nice. Get him.
Oh, well, I didn't die yet. But I might now.
No, you almost got him.
Yeah, got him. Hey.
Sweet.
And then it goes to 1-2, so. Look, he's tired.
Question.
That robot is exhausted.
How did Mega Man Soccer work?
It was a Mega Man soccer game. I don't know. All I know is that there's a game called Mega Man Soccer, and that's very funny.
It was on the Super Nintendo, and you could recruit other robot masters when you beat their teams, and for some reason it was a team of just like 6 Mega Men.
How many Mega Man are there? There's Mega Man.
There's
Proto Man's a Mega Man.
Well, if you're going like
Yeah.
the whole series, there's Mega Man, there's Proto Man,
There's X.
there's X, there's Base, there's Zero, there's another Zero because in the Zero series his soul was put in another body.
Right. Okay.
Copy X, Sigma's a Mega Man, all the Robot Masters and Mavericks. There's
Roll is a Mega Man.
Roll's a Mega Woman.
Yeah.
ZX Advent, they were the humans who became Mega Men. They were actually called Mega Men.
Astro Boy is a Mega Man.
You know,
And that
yeah.
guy's son, Tobio.
You mean the boy from with a Grudge?
Well, no. Who's it? Oh no, I thought that was. No, I thought that was the name of the son in Astro Boy who becomes Astro Boy. The guy's dead son. I
don't
thought his name
know.
was Tobio. I thought that was a funny name.
Was his name Robin at the end?
Maybe.
So let's look at Lex Collection 2.
So yeah, so the kind of consensus around this one that these games in general are just weaker.
Yes. 4 is great, 5 is very difficult, and it started this obnoxious thing of just interrupting you every 5 seconds, which why don't we look at that now?
So these are PS1 and PS2 games.
Yes.
And I feel like when people are talking about like the era when they're just like there's just too many Mega Man games, it's like a joke how many Mega Man games there are. They're talking about games like this.
This and the spin-offs, because
Yeah.
then there were 4 Zero games that were good.
Yeah.
And then the ZX and then ZX Advent.
I think also even all the .exe stuff, even though those are good games, like
Yeah.
that kind of.
Well,
falls
those are
in
more
there,
like
too.
RPGs, but
But just in terms of Mega Man being out there a whole lot.
honestly, I would love for Capcom to make a compilation of like of Mega Man EXE and Star Force.
That would be great now because it's been long enough.
Yes.
But I feel but you mean like at the time.
So here, why don't I continue, because I've been playing this a bit. I don't have I do have everything. Okay, never mind. Why don't we start from the beginning, because I want to show you how obnoxious this crap can
Go
get.
for it. I love looking at you suffer something obnoxious.
I have a question. Why is his Hunter rank B when he has saved the world literally 4 times already?
He's got to stay humble.
Sure.
Sit down.
So I'm going to just be his X and then...
Thanks.
In
I
the
made a
year of-
hip hop joke.
Well... This is Duo, Dynamo.
Dio?
Could be. Anyway, he's just a robot bounty hunter. Again, how are there robot bounty hunters? Spoiler, that's freaking Sigma, if you couldn't tell by the fact that he looks like Sigma.
So Sigma's a virus and he has like these host bodies and whatnot, or is he
Yes.
a burly man?
He's a virus that becomes a burly robot man.
Okay.
He's like the villain of the entire series, and he just cannot be killed because he is a virus, but he also becomes a robot.
And the
he's
villain of Marvel's Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great story.
Ultron Sigma or Sigma Ultron?
Yeah.
Or... Okay, let's... I
That'd
can't
be
skip
great
this.
if Avengers 4, it just Mega Man shows up.
That'd be great. That'd be, yeah. So, okay. This is Alia, the narrator, or the navigator, and she will just tell you every 5 seconds what to do. So, okay, opening the stage, that's fine. Here's some details. You're kind of not shutting up. Let's get going.
It's a shame because I feel like these intro stages are really good just about teaching you through the
Yes!
design. You ever see that Ego Raptor video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sequelitis video for Mega Man X is just really gives a great sense of how X taught you, like, hey, this is wall jumping, but here.
Yeah. Now, you cannot create checkpoints in these.
No.
Okay, that sucks.
But the structure in a lot of these later ones is there's like part 1 and part 2,
But you still have to like deal with like having lives
Yes.
and garbage like that. Okay.
which is lame. Although the rookie hunter fit mode helps that a lot.
Right, but my problem is more so just like I don't care about it being hard. I just don't like having to redo stuff.
Yep.
So like let me like just bang my
I
head
can't
against.
tell the building is damaged.
So let me just bang my head against the challenge thing. Just let me just try it however many times I want to try it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, play games how they're fun. Like, thanks, I couldn't tell that was going to happen. Also, he has his 4th armor, or Forsu armor, which there's a question of whether it was intended to be 4th, because it was originally from the 4th Mega Man X game, or Force armor.
Okay. So it's like an Aerith. It's like an Aerith situation.
Yeah.
Because she's air and earth.
Or Dr. Wright and Dr. Light, which has been a translation issue for at least a couple things.
So you're saying that after creating SimCity, that Will Wright then got to work building robots?
You know, if this is all his fault, I'd believe it.
Yeah.
Though you can see like she just keeps popping up. It's like, hey, climb the wall, thanks. This is Megaman X5. I didn't know I could do that.
Now this little hover dealio you got.
Yep.
Is that because of this armor you're wearing?
Yes, but
Okay.
also I want you to witness this boss.
That's a good looking. That's like a Bayonetta boss.
Oh, it gets better. Or stupider. Anyway, Sigma kicked Zero's ass.
It's like a Monty Python boss.
It gets stupider. Also, just they don't stop talking in X5.
That is a lot of text. It's impossible for me to care about.
But you'll care about this giant head.
That's a good head. It's Bruce Campbell.
Like, it looks like... This looks like it should be a boss in Choaniki.
I was gonna say Choaniki, yes. I was just thinking about that because I was watching where they reference. It's the second time I've heard someone reference Choaniki today, and that's beautiful.
Yeah. Choaniki is, it's amazing.
Yeah. But these are like cool sprites. Like you just go,
Yeah.
like using the PS1, its power in cool ways for a 2D game.
As you can see here, I can duck, which is a bit necessary at times. And I need to avoid Sigma's balls and his mouth. I'm mature. And then he explodes. And this explosion animation is through all the PlayStation games of the lines coming out. They really keep the explosion trend with the different platforms. Anyway, the point of this game is that this space colony is going to crash into Earth. You have limited time. Let's get to a better game.
Yep.
I've been playing X8, and honestly, X7 is nightmarish. It just screws things up. It doesn't feel Mega Man-like.
We'll play that soon enough. But yeah, if you want to say that. Yeah.
But X8.
So X8's the last one. It's
the
on
last
the
one.
PS2. It's polygonal.
Yep. It's also supposedly the final death of Sigma, but no one would ever be surprised
So
at all if Capcom just said, screw it, X9, Sigma's back.
Cool. So Freddy's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I find Mega Man 11 interesting in that it's not the first time they've made a polygonal Mega Man game. It's like kind of side-scrolling.
Like also the Mega Man Battle Network side-scroller for the GameCube. I forget what it was called. Oh. But there was one of those, and it was hard, and it was, So I am about halfway through this game, and there's there's a lot of stuff. You can collect metal and get upgrades that way. There's chip development, which carries over a lot into the Zero games, so you can upgrade that way. The menu looks a whole lot like the Zero games. But let's check out Dynasty, Pitch Black, Troya Base, or Booster Forest.
Pitch Black.
All right. So the neutral armor is his current, upgraded armor, and it looks real dumb. Axel is the guy who was introduced in X7, and he's sort of a new generation Reploid who has a copy chip he kind of has Mega Man-ish powers, but he doesn't charge his shot, so he moves kind of like base. And of course, Zero.
And also, in emulating PS2 games, these are kind of cleaned up a little bit, and it runs better.
It runs sharp. This is 1080p, and when you have 3D, you can actually upconvert pretty much anything. If you've used like blah, 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 covering my ass, don't use emulators, illegal. But if you were to run Dolphin or an N64 emulator, it looks amazing on a 1080p monitor.
Yeah, that's what's going on here. So this is going to look way cleaner than it did back on PS2. Which is kind of neat.
Yep. Dark Mantis. Oh, that's the most... I didn't know it was his name, and it's the most, edgelord name of a character. There's another than the narrators, but they're not quite as obnoxious. See, just 2 lines, then you're starting.
Question.
So we're playing on Switch right now. What other platforms can you play the old Mega Man?
It's like everything.
Yeah, I mean, this collection's on Switch, PC, PS4, Xbox One.
Yep. That's all of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not on the Vita.
No, well, what is?
A lot of Japanese games, you don't know. Why don't we just... Okay, nothing this way. Also, you can switch between Zero and X on the fly. That's neat.
It's a little 3 Vikings action.
A little bit. Only it's 2 Vikings. You can't have Axel, too. You need to, choose only 2 each mission. And Zero's real cool. He's got, moves and...
There's even some decent little lighting going on with his sword there.
Yeah.
Like the way it lights up the environment around him. Question.
Do you ever really need to do the switching? Like, would you do it fight? For any reason?
It can be helpful for certain cases. I mean, Zero has his own benefits, and he can double jump. X can't, though he can air dash. So, like, there are certain jumps and this really pain in the ass stage where the double jump really helps, that just switching to Zero is nice. So yeah, and you can see almost like Donkey Kong Country Returns style of I beat that little challenge and I got some metal, which I can use to just get stuff in between missions. Also, I can optionally bring up the narrator, which hints that, hey, maybe there's a secret if you can do stuff and you have like the item / whatever.
So there's some very light 3D, like the way that corner, like these corners are going, yeah. But it's not like 7, which we should play.
It's
but
2.5D except for the riding sections, which are just behind the back like Road Rash. Mega Man Road Rash would be amazing. And like this just formulaic but kind of fun. You have to avoid the stop spotlight, or light will come on and everyone comes out and goes nuts.
Oh no, goons.
They're straight up goons.
Mooks.
Which do you prefer, goons or mooks?
I had my fucking shithead friends went through this phase when they were just saying mooks to everything.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in South Jersey, so.
Like, I can double jump and get back up. Mega Man doesn't have that. So I got that energy and just dropping down here. And this, it's not bad to play. I'm honestly quite enjoying 8. Like, more than I thought I would.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm playing a little bit of this too. And yeah, this is way better than I would have expected, again, the last PS2 Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Like,
because
yeah.
X7 soured so many people on it that much.
Right. The fact that this is the last one they did, to me, was not. It was like, oh, this is where they couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. I love the Goondor. Also, Goondor is such a Star Wars name.
Goondor! Wow.
They were just having coffee and I snuck up on them. And now they're dead. It's not very hard. I don't think I'm playing in Rookie Hunter mode right now, but this isn't nearly as hard as 6 or 7.
I
But
was just gonna say, what controller are you playing it with?
oh yeah, I'm using the 8-bit Do SF30 Pro, which is the double analog sort of version of their take on the Super Famicom / Super Nintendo controller.
I think we have coverage of that.
Yeah, they have a regular one that doesn't have the analog sticks, but the cool thing with this one is that you can sync it with your PC or with your Switch. And it's actually not hard. You just hold Y and press start, and you can, like, it shows up as a Pro controller. I can show right here. Yeah, just straight up, or just a USB controller. There aren't motion sensors.
Yeah, but you got a real D-pad there.
Yeah, real D. It's fun. Do we need to climb up now? Let's find out. Someday there'll be a secret here. Also, once we get to the boss, I'll show you the cool double attack because Zero and Mega Man are such bros. There's definite bro love here. Also, I think it is important to note just how pretty Zero is.
Oh, do we mention Mega Man Legends Mega Man when talking about Mega Man?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You mean Rockman Volnut?
Yeah, people are gonna probably get really mad if we didn't. Because I was just thinking about Tron Bon.
The only remnant.
Yes. I don't know, what about Red Ash, the indelible legacy?
That's rough. Oh, hey, this is one of the easiest armor pieces I've ever seen. All just because the navigator said, hey, it goes up a little bit. So I got body parts H. Dr. Light kind of runs out of ideas about halfway through the series, which is weird because he's been dead for a century.
However, have you seen Saw? Yeah. He's still killing people. He's been dead for like half of those movies.
Oh, no, he's like straight up a hologram, like pretty much AI. Like it's outright implied in one of the games that like he might actually just like know what's going on.
Oh, so he's kind of like Jor-El in Man of Steel. Or Russell Crowe just showing up.
Like at one point he like when you visit him as Zero, the hologram straight up says like, "Hey, you're not Mega Man, or you're not X. Can you just give this to my son?" That's it. It's real dumb. I can't show the double attack because I lost Zero, but that's okay. We can still look at Dark Mantis.
Yep. Yeah, pitch me on.
And then we'll go to X7 and look at what a nightmare that is. Although X6 is the nightmare game, which if you understand X lore and who does, you'll get a chuckle out of that. Your precious justice. That's such an anime line. It's like, I
Yeah, talk
Screw
about
your
that.
justice.
Is anyone talked about their ambition yet? Sometimes at home,
It's really about the ambition and justice of all Reploids.
sometimes when I'm at home, I just get angry on anime. I'll just shout my ambition.
My Hero Ambition Mania.
Yeah.
My Hero Hulkamania would be amazing.
Oh God, yeah. Yep.
Or Boku no Hero Hulkamania.
That'd be something really worth.
Do you have strong opinions about whether it's My Hero Academia or just Boku no Hero Academia?
It's My Hero Academia. If you're gonna be in English, be in English.
Yeah. Also because the English is on the logo. But there are people who have strong feelings that it's Boku no Hero Academia. I prefer Macadamia, but I'm chaotic evil. Also, I got a Pride Triforce, so that's nice.
Nice.
Mission complete.
Cool. So that Megaman X8 is a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
What if we played a bad game though?
Well, first I want to look at these cool weapons I got. Black Arrow and Shadow Runner.
Oh, now what's the Megaman X where you can do Hadoukens then?
That would be X1.
Okay, so X1, okay. But you have to get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it's
but you
kind
can
of
do like the input and do it. It's
Yep.
like really powerful. Sweet.
It one hits anything. That's why you can only get it when you've like unlocked everything else in the game. So why don't we just save that and go to X.
Remember that Mega Man, I think it's called Mega Man Universe, that game they were making?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Mega Man Universe. That had a lot of potential because it was like you could do a stage builder and it was just like a
Yeah.
greatest hits type thing. Would have been fun, but they canceled it like they canceled all Mega Man games they had going in the last decade until because that was after 9 and 10. Then there was just they stopped.
Right, because Inafune was still involved in that.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool, so let's play, so Mega Man X7 is the first PS2 one, and it's like, we gotta get three-dimensional with this shit.
Yeah, and
here's what they came up with.
They go too far.
Yeah.
Also, shout outs to Zero's green nipples, because that is just a fundamental part of his design, and you can't unsee it once you notice them.
I just think of Metallo when he's like the Kryptonite heart.
Yeah, that works too, only there are two of them, and they're clearly just green nipples.
Yeah. I'm trying to save myself. I'm trying to create an alternative.
Green nipples. And anime. Yeah, you can see
Is that robot using a cane?
Yes, it is an old man robot. There are old man robots in the X series.
There you go.
Like Dr. Doppler, you noticed. He looks like Rick.
Right, but that was an old man who's infected by robots, right?
No, that's a robot.
Oh, he was a robot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow.
He was an old man robot. They have a lot of those.
Okay.
This is X7, 2003, back shortly before Capcom put out some of the most amazing games ever on the GameCube, like Piano 3.
That's a troll answer.
That's a deep
real
pull,
troll
right? Yeah.
answer. Okay, so this is some sort of
Also,
mafioso robot?
Gangster robot with hat built into his head.
Nice. It's like Futurama.
It's so, yes.
Yeah.
Really, the robots in the X series aren't that different from Futurama.
So here, these are like 3D models are using these cutscenes, it looks like. It looks like it.
Maybe? I mean, they could also just be animated because this isn't in-engine. It's clearly just a playing
Right, but it
FMV.
still looks worse to me. It doesn't look
You're
like...
right, yes.
Yeah.
Also, Axel is a member of Red Alert.
Oh, something else we saw off camera too. What was the Mega Man X game that had all the Guns N' Roses names?
That was X5 that they actually changed for the collection because they guess they wanted to just have more accurate to the Japanese versions. Because I think the girlfriend or the wife of the translator for X5 just loved rock, so did that. Sort of a similar thing with the Koopalings in
right.
Mario 3.
Yeah. I have no idea what's supposed to be going on. This robot has a mustache.
Yes, he has a mustache, a cane, and a hat.
If you like play through all these games, will you like understand?
No.
Okay, so even if you play through them, you won't have the sort of in-depth knowledge of the Mega Man X lore they clearly expect you to have.
Oh, you'll understand some of the lore, but it won't be any less stupid.
Okay.
Like,
Question.
it gets dumb.
Are there like companion works? Like, are there Mega Man novels?
Is there a stage play?
There's a big Udon book, like in the Mega Man X Masterwork. I think Mega Man Masterwork or Perfect. Something works. It's one of those
I thought you meant udons, like you have to buy these noodles.
That'd be great too. I wish. It's okay. Why don't I just skip to this because that is incredibly boring. Yes, there are companion works that you can probably get straight from Amazon or the Capcom
Can you not
site.
think of another? Can you not
Capcom's website.
Can you not think of an Amazon competitor? Oh my god!
Yeah, this is where we are now. Pete, what's the question?
If you had to be infected by a robot, which one would it be?
Ooh.
You answer first. I'm trying to come up with a better answer.
I mean, the first one I thought was Johnny 5, but I don't know. Or
That's Chappie. Yes, I get infected with Chappie just so all my friends could say that's Chappie whenever I'm in the room.
Chappie. Well, you gotta get that checked out because that's Chappie.
So you can see this.
You go to the doctor. What is the doctor says that's Chappie.
Screw Sigma. The Chappie virus is the worst.
God, yeah. I mean, that movie's like a virus. God.
So you can see here, there's auto targeting. Once
Okay,
an enemy
this
gets
looks
in
like
range.
okay so far.
It doesn't feel okay though, because again, auto targeting is so not Mega Man because learning how to shoot good is kind of one of the big mechanics of just getting used to it. And auto targeting means half of the gameplay is negated. You just hold the fire button down instead of actually like, okay, I need to time my
Ooh, now
hits.
this is a totally different looking game here.
Yeah. Is that a runner bomb? Oh yeah, and Axel can steal his ability, so let's do this.
So this just kind of turned into sort of just a 3D sort of like a,
and it does not feel
almost
good.
like a top-down shooter.
Yeah, it kind of like like Capcom's or like a Contra's like overhead levels, but not good.
Yeah.
Like this is just.
But you see what their thought process, like, all right, this is the first 3D one of these. We
Yep.
should make it, make it 3D. This is Megaman X Prime. It's got lock on. It's 3D for the first time.
Yeah.
But it's bad.
Yeah. Also, it's telling me to steal powers. I don't know how to do that. This might actually be like the proto.
Man.
Well, maybe. It's sort of the proto Mighty Number 9 thing of Axel just like being able to copy powers and no one liking him.
I mean, the whole Mega Man thing is you beat the bosses, you get their powers.
Yes, but that was like just the bosses. With Axel, you can actually like kind of take just powers.
Right, but I'm saying it's an evolution of that concept. At least I would think so.
Maybe.
Question.
Oh, see? That chip thing that came up.
Were any of the Mega Man Legends games good?
People really like them a whole lot, but I'm not playing them. People really like them a lot.
I only played the N64 version. I gotta say, playing on the N64 was rough. When it was just Mega Man 64, I never really got into them. A lot of people love them, so
I mean, I think people appreciate them as early 3D games.
Yeah,
That were doing some interesting stuff.
pretty much that's.
Tron Bond's great.
Yeah, it's definitely a concept that could be revisited and done way better. Sort of like, Mega Man 11 might be doing with having a 3D graphics type original Mega Man game.
Yeah, but so far we haven't seen any actual 3D movement stuff in that game.
No, but I mean, yeah, you're right. But still, it's.
I was wondering. I was just afraid if they did that now, like, what would it have over like every other like just third-person action game? Now that the idea of a third-person like 3D action game isn't as novel as it was on like the N64.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I hate this. You have to wait for them to change color.
Oh,
I play some. Yeah. You have to do the red one while it's red.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah. This sucks.
Yeah, this game sucks.
Yeah.
It's
so
not
the red
great.
one.
So red, and it's changing targets is not fun.
Get the other red one.
Okay, got that.
Because you can't hit the blue one until you do them all.
The final security door. This terrible Contra wall. Yeah, see, you said it looked good at the beginning, but then it's just.
I mean, I just because I knew it was coming. Nope.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I can shift between them using ZR.
Get that one.
Okay, so ZR is just for vertical targeting.
There you
Okay.
go.
This is fun
Don't screw it
to
up.
watch and play. Yay! I did it.
He's got like a really thick outline too.
Yeah, it's Axel. I'm not a fan of design-wise because they clearly tried to like make this is our cool '90s kid base, but like just not like a different color palette from base. Like it's just a darker blue with some reds. It's just okay. You just look like a crappy Mega Man X.
I mean, yeah, all these characters look like crappy versions of each other.
Yeah.
To me.
Also, he has a.
So are you saying he's the Waluigi of these characters?
Also, he has an X-shaped facial scar.
Gross.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm willing to say that Axel is the Waluigi of Mega Man, but that tracks.
I'm just thinking characters who are like Xeroxes of Xeroxes. Because Mega Man X
Xeroxes of Zero?
He's just this different. Mega Man X is just a different kind of Mega Man. Zero is just a different kind of Mega Man X.
Well, let me tell you about the Mega Man Zero series, where one of the bad guys is actually called Copy X because it's a copy of X in the future.
So this is a cool little homage, I think, to the first level, the intro stage of
It
Mega
is,
Man X1.
because it's like, hey, we're back here. This is the thing.
Got these big bumblebees.
Which is a cool concept, and it would be great, except just play for a few more minutes and you see it get ruined. Although at least Zero, because he has a sword, doesn't have that target tracking. So it's not as, his sword's fun to use. You don't need to worry about targeting. Or rather, targeting isn't a fundamental part of the gameplay. Looks just the same.
That's a big bee.
Yeah, same wasp from before, kind of. Just
Oh, are they supposed to be wasps? They're clearly bees.
whatever. Just big stinging insect robot.
I'm saying that I don't know if that was in fiction. They're called wasps or something.
I thought it was. What's the difference between a wasp and a bee?
Bees are cute. Bees, they die and they sting you. Yeah, I don't know. Those are some big ones. Wasps don't make honey, I believe.
Okay. I thought it was a wasp.
I don't know if wasps.
Or a hornet,
I don't know
maybe.
if wasps have the same, smoke weakness
Also,
that bees do.
look at this. Instead of moving forward, I gotta kill like 30 of these
bees,
things.
If you look at their wings, they shouldn't be able to fly. There's some great movies about bees. Wasps don't got none of that. I wouldn't watch Wasp movie. Are you kidding me? There's enough white people. Question.
Was the whole thing just leading up to that? Like you're trying to set that up as a joke?
I just found it when we just got there together. It's called Yes and.
I feel so good about dying now.
We have a question.
No, I was just gonna say I googled wasps and bees, and wasps are smooth and bees are hairy.
Okay. Love my smooth bees.
Wow. Okay, so that's Mega Man X7. Anything else you need to show off this collection? I think we're kind of getting near the end here. There's another X challenge. Now, is that just using bosses from...
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's see how this looks. Some of those bosses will be polygonal, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I do want to point out the Day of Sigma trail. This is like a short feat, like 20 minutes, I think, that actually shows what happened before Mega Man X. It came out on the PSP remake of Mega Man X, which isn't a part of the collection. They really could have added it, where you could actually play as Vile, the Boba Fett-looking purple bounty
That reminds me
hunter.
when they did that Kingdom Hearts collection that just had the cutscenes from that DS game, but didn't have a DS game.
I wish I could have that for the whole series.
Yeah.
Like just, spend maybe 6 hours catching up to the incredible, stupid everything that is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, well, you have some time. The next one's not until January.
Or I might just waste that time playing No Man's Sky. I do love just this intro of. It looks so cool and evil and stupid, of the fire and the anime silhouetted red-eyed demon robots.
Now, I heard there's also a tease for a new Mega Man X in this game.
I've heard that there is a hint of it in the music track, and why don't we check that? No, it's the same one. Okay,
Oh, it is okay, so it's the same one.
that's this morning.
I thought it said Volume 2 there.
I thought it did too. It did say Volume 2. Who knows?
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
but let's. There's a story option. Holy crap! So museum music player, I think, is here now. If we go into no, like there is something missing, like it might have been the museum in the soundtrack section. Also, yeah, the music in the second half is not nearly as good because it doesn't have Storm Eagle. Product gallery, and this is the same thing as both, but soundtracks.
That's a great picture. Him with that guitar. That's great.
Where?
Bottom, the last one.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah, look at that.
That's great. Plus new tracks. Hey. Well, actually, didn't look at the. Hold on. So getting used to. Also, there's trailers, so you can watch the trailers of all the games. The original Japanese one. You can't maximize it, which is annoying. So it's just you're watching it in this tiny thing instead of blown up.
I mean, hey, it's a miracle that it's even watchable.
Yeah, and it is still like 4:3, so and it's not HD anyway, so you're not
Right.
losing that much. But whatever. Let me go into. I can do menus. I'm not that incompetent. Okay, World of X. Future? Okay, this is going to be something we're going to have to look up, because...
Right, so yeah, and
something.
regardless, they haven't announced a new game yet.
No, they've not announced
But that would be
anything
cool.
yet.
They should do that. They should totally make
yeah.
another one of these.
They should also just have an all the rest games of like Command Mission and the
Mega Man Miscellaneous collection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wily Wars, Mega Man Soccer,
Yeah.
the Game Boy games.
Those Game Boy games, yeah.
Including Mega Man X3 1 and 2, because the Mega Man X Game Boy games were Mega Man X3.
There's that Mega Man cartoon coming out that looks like garbage.
It does look, yeah. I don't want to prejudge it, but yeah, it looks like Mighty Number 9, but...
Well, Will, that's the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. That's both of them. Anything else you think we should see here? Or?
Not really. I'd be down with playing more Luminous, but I think we're probably done.
Okay, yeah, so that's the Mega Man X Legacy Collection. It's out on everything. We have a full review on the site. It's good. Like,
Yeah.
the first half is really good.
First one's super strong.
And
The latter
the
one,
second half, I think, is an interesting historical object.
it's worth $20. Like,
Sure,
as
yeah.
hard as 5 and 6 are, and as trash as 7 is, it's still worth $20.
yeah.
Like, the whole thing, it's a solid collection, and there's so much extra stuff on it.
Extra stuff.
Yeah, extra. Tenstra stuff.
Yeah, so that's this. I'll be back next week, probably with No Man's Sky. Now that's out of early access.
No Man's Sky next.
We can finally play the finished No Man's Sky. So look forward to that. But yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Thanks.